Hello, my name is Wen Shu and I come from Malaysia. I'm currently pursuing electrical and electronic engineering at University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Let us discuss a little bit on the gender inequalities that happens in Malaysia in the late 20th century before we move on how it evolved to the current situation. In the 1970s of earlier, women like my mother were not encouraged to be educated. So the highest level of education they could get was only till primary school level. After that, they were forced to drop out from the school to help out the household for full time. On the other hand, men had the opportunity to continue education till university level. Due to the fact that women were poorly educated, they couldn't get a job, so they often get married earlier at the age of 20, and being a housewife was the only job they had for their whole life. Some of the women even abandoned their baby girl because girls were deemed as uh, to bring bad luck to the family, a superstition that the olden Chinese society had in Malaysia. Women were also subjected to domestic violence, and unfortunately, they couldn't voice out as they had no financial support to sustain themselves, and being divorced was a taboo in the society. Knowing the situation that my grandma and my mother had been when they were young made me realize that how fortunate I am to be in this generation. At the same time, it made me reflect that the younger generation nowadays took everything for granted, not appreciating the efforts the older generation had made in order to let the youngest in these generations pursue their rights. While the millennial girls in Malaysia do not face the same issues like the previous generation, they have a new awaiting challenge waiting for them. The gender inequalities in the STEM field, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, in which they have to conquer. Being an engineering graduate myself, a lot of I am deeply aware of the discrimination that women have faced in the STEM field. When I told people I am pursuing an engineering degree, they were confused and asked me, "Oh, why do you study engineering? Isn't engineering a male dominated field? You should study accounting or business related instead. It suits girls more." In fact, there are only 10 girls out of 80 students in my engineering course. Also, people will automatically assume that women are not as capable as guys in the STEM field, and women need more assistance from others in accomplishing their technical tasks. While people are offering help to women as a gesture of goodwill, we as young women should take up the challenge and prove that we are indeed as capable as guys. Our gender should not be an indicator of our abilities at all means. Therefore, we should always improve ourselves from time to time, excelling in a field that we are currently in, especially in the male dominated STEM field. If there are people asking how is it like to be a woman studying and working in the STEM field, we should proudly tell them it doesn't matter whether we are women or men. As long as we are passionate, we strive for the best, and we are able to shine.